Hello there. In this video what we're going to be doing is looking at the imagery that is used in the short story On the Sidewalk Bleeding. So today's lesson we will be learning how to explain the writer's use of imagery within the text, and your success criteria is I can explain how the imagery makes me feel using colours, symbols and images, and I can explain why the writer has used this imagery. If you want to take a moment to pause the video and write down your learning intentions and success criteria at the top of your piece of work, then that will help you with your revision when you're going back over your notes and things. It'll also help you at the end of the lesson, just helping you to know that you've managed to grasp everything in this lesson. Okay, so what I would like you to do on your piece of paper is to copy down these three statements. You might want to leave a couple of lines between each statement, depending on how big your handwriting is. So this next task is called See, Think, Wonder, and I'd like you to write down, I can see, this makes me think, and this makes me wonder. We're going to be doing this twice, so you might want to write it down twice. What we're going to do is we're going to watch the following clips and then using those clips answer or complete these sentences, okay? So when you watch this video, okay, I want you to write down what you can see, what it makes you think of, and what it makes you wonder about. So what questions does it make you ask yourself? Brilliant. If you want to pause the video to finish your responses, then you can certainly do that. So pause the video now. Okay, so moving on, we're going to look at this video now, and it's the same thing. What can you see when you look at this video? What does it make you think about? And what does it make you wonder? What questions do you ask yourself? Okay, so again, if you want to pause this video, you can certainly pause this video when you're writing down your response. Okay. Okay, so for this next task, what I would like you to do is to copy this down. Okay, so you're going to have 3 squares in your jotter or your piece of paper, and this statement: rain drilled his jacket and drilled his body. Okay, so we've got the rain and we've got the drill here, and you've got 3 boxes, and I want you to do a colour in one of them, a symbol in the other, and an image in the other. Okay, and then explain either beside or underneath each box what it was about this quote that made you choose these things. So an example, maybe you choose grey as your colour, and you want to explain why you choose grey, or maybe for the symbol you chose a specific emoji or some form of punctuation, an exclamation mark, for example. And just the main thing is you're explaining what it was about the quote that made you choose these things. Okay, there are no wrong answers really, it's all your interpretation, and the main thing is your explanation under each box. Feel free to pause the video to give yourself a few moments to complete this task. Okay, so moving on. Rain drilled his jacket and drilled his body. What would you normally associate with a drill? These are a few of the words that you might associate with a drill: power, noise, discomfort, force, pain, precision, purpose, and strength. What I would like you to do is to copy this down, okay? Keep a note of this, okay? Evidence: rain drilled his jacket and drilled his body. Explain: the weather is against Andy. It is as aggressive, powerful, and painful as the gang member who stabbed him. So this is a really good example of analysing the imagery in the story, okay? So your evidence is always your quote, and your explanation is you explaining what effect that imagery creates, okay? Okay, so obviously we cannot do this task in pairs, so I'm going to have to ask you to do this on your own. So you will have to work a little bit harder, but it's all to your benefit, okay? The writer has us see the story from Andy's point of view. We always see the story from Andy's perspective throughout the short story. What I would like you to do is write down how the quote made you react and feel, okay? The quote about the drill and the jacket, okay? How do you think the author wanted us to feel about Andy, okay? What I would like you to do is to write your response underneath your colour, symbol, image task that you've just done, okay? And obviously you won't have to share this with the class. You'll just need to share it with myself, and I can give you a little bit of feedback, okay? So how does that quote, the rain drilled his jacket, how does that make you feel? And then what I would like you to do is copy this down as well, okay? The writer has us see the story from Andy's point of view. This is a blanket statement that I'm making here, okay? And then I would explain by saying this creates a strong sympathy for Andy as the victim, and it also teaches us the lesson that he learns in the story. So once you've written that down, that will lead us on nicely to our next lesson. What I would like you to do is go back. So if we go back to the success criteria, okay, do you feel that you were able to explain how the imagery made you feel using colours, symbols, and images? Okay, and do you feel that you were able to explain why the writer used that imagery? Okay, very powerful imagery in the story. It shows us all sorts of themes and ideas, but I won't go too much into that within this lesson. We're moving on next time, and we're going to be looking at the characters, and that is why I wanted you to keep a note of this. This will lead us on very nicely to our next lesson. I hope this has helped you. Take care, stay safe, and any questions at all, feel free to send me an email, and I look forward to hopefully seeing you all soon. Thank you very much. Bye now.